Hey guys, Frank Cox here, SmokerBuilder. Hey, today I'm going to show you the insides and outs of a Super 55 drum smoker, so stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm kind of getting myself together here to show you the insides and outs of a Super 55 drum smoker today. So we've been promoting this product now for over a year. And just so you know, you can get this as a kit, just the parts by itself. You can get this cooker as a kit with a barrel. I'll even pre-drill the barrel for you if you want. And that barrel gets free shipping. You can also just have the whole cooker built by me and done. I'll paint it and everything and they'll ship to you for free. So if you want more details about that, go down in the description of this video. Check that out. There's also several people on the internet. Hey Susie, or Hey Grill Hey by Susie Bullock and Todd. IBB Barbecue on Instagram, Grab Them in the Brisket, Podcast Boys, and a bunch of others, Hooks Barbecue. You can check those guys out and even get some discounts and things like that. So anyway, see what they're doing on these cookers. I think you'll be really happy with the results they're getting, and you'll probably want one yourself. But let's just jump right into this thing. So just so you know, I'm running the camera by myself today. The top of my head might get cut off once in a while, whatever, I don't care. It's an informational video and I'm trying to show you some awesome stuff. So you've probably seen the parts that come with this kit. It's every single thing you need, including the nuts, bolts, hardware, template, all of that stuff that you need to make this drum smoker. No matter which way you buy it, you get everything. The only difference is whether or not you get a barrel or not, or if I pre-drill it, or if I just build the whole thing for you. But either way, you've got everything in the kit that I'm showing you here today. So let's go ahead and get into like what makes this cooker actually operate and work well. So we've got a round bar cooking grate. I used to always make laser cut cooking grates. I kind of got away from that because all the flat spots, the flat bars in between, it's basically like a skillet. And what happens is that the bark on your food will stick to that if you don't treat it like a cast iron pan and keep it seasoned real well and stuff like that. So you wind up with really weird appearance on your barbecue, especially if you're making briskets and pork butts. I got completely away from that on the advice of a few buddies of mine that cook a lot of competition barbecue, Mark Lambert, different guys like that. And they're like, they like the bars, but they like them about 3/16 of an inch or so. And that's what these bars are. It's got a 1/4 inch round diameter to it, that 1/4 inch round bar. And it's plain iron. It's not stainless. We didn't waste a bunch of money on getting special coatings done to this that doesn't even really affect your barbecue anyway. All the big offsets and everything we make are all carbon steel, and that's what this is. I'm gonna set that off to the side. Now we're gonna get down into the draft system on this smoker. So there's what we call the flow tuner baffle plate. This one, I've cooked in this drum quite a bit. We just got back from the American Royal, so I just kind of scraped it off. Yours will be clean, I promise. But you can see the tabs on this baffle. You can see my finger poking out right there. That's about a pinky is where I keep that set. I like to cook at 300, 275 to 300. I only open the outside tabs. And when I put it down in there, the tabs are pointing up. I've seen guys put it in upside down and they're getting good results too, but I prefer them to be up. So anyway, this does a couple of different things. The primary reason for this baffle plate is to restrict how fast our flow can come up. That's why we call it the flow tuner baffle. We don't want this air to come up too fast from the charcoal basket. It winds up creating hot spots in different areas on the pit. A lot of guys really like to not use a baffle or have big holes because they're looking to have that rendering fat and the juices from their injection or whatever go down in the charcoal basket and vaporize and boil off. I'll be the first one to tell you this baffle does that also. Because of how big this flat surface is in the middle, it's super hot. It's sitting right on top of that charcoal basket, and you'll get that vaporizing flavor right off the top of this. It just won't put your charcoal out, because I've actually had that where it glues the top of the charcoal shut, and then it winds up blocking off air around the coals, and it hurts your temperature, or even puts your fire out. But this is the flow tuner baffle. Now I'm gonna pull the charcoal basket out. I'm actually getting ready to light this cooker, so I've already got charcoal in this basket, but I'm gonna pull it out and show it to you. When you get this charcoal basket, you have to assemble it. It's in two pieces on the outside body. Then there's an ash pan and a charcoal grate inside. You can fit your hand underneath it here. There's about 3 inches of difference between the bottom of the grate and the ash pan. The lip around the ash pan keeps your ash inside the basket, and the holes don't go all the way up to the top because we want to introduce as much air as we can through the bottom of this charcoal and come up. And what's going to happen is as it gets to the top of that charcoal, it's going to start pulling down like a fuse. That's what's really important about how this drum works. I prefer to use lump. I like to see lump charcoal that actually looks like sticks and chunks of wood. This particular charcoal is pretty affordable. I think it's the good charcoal. I just happen to have a bag left over from when I was at the Royal. But B&B is one of my preferred brands. You should check out a lot of different things to see what works best for you. You can use their new competition briquettes that B&B has. It's the char logs, but I recommend you make sure and keep control of your air because those do burn quite a lot hotter than like this piece of lump does, because there's no hole in the middle of this. So this basket will hold right at about 15 pounds of charcoal, and it'll burn for about 19 hours depending on how well you manage your fire. The next component out of this thing is the heat shield. And this heat shield is actually designed with holes on the bottom, right? The holes in the heat shield go to the bottom, and it's designed a little bit smaller in diameter so that when you pull the heat shield out, you don't have to remove your thermometer. That was a downside to previous designs we did, where we had to actually take out the thermometer, we had to take out the cook and grate bolts, or one of them anyway, just so we can get the heat shield out because it was so big and round. The octagon design on this enables us just to yank it out like I just did, so it's easy, super easy to clean. Now, the way that all of this goes together, you've got these holes on the bottom of the heat shield here. Your air comes in the side air inlet, and when that air comes in, the only way for it to get to the top is to go up through the charcoal basket. And remember, we're not like blowing a lot of air through this. It's a very, very small amount of air. So we're relying on the charcoal basket with the lit charcoal to actually pull the air into the drum. That's really what's happening. The charcoal is pulling air into the drum, and it's going to consume the oxygen out of it. It's going to heat that air mass, and then it's going to carry up flavor and heat and things like that up to where we're actually cooking. Now, one downside to drum smokers that you're always going to run into if you don't have a system, well, this particular system is the only one out there that I really know that does this, but I'll show you here in a minute. You may laugh at me right now, but I'm telling you, this is gospel. It works awesome. You won't even believe it when you do it on your own drum smoker. So what happens is when you open the lid on a drum smoker, the lid, in order for it to open, it has to pull air in with it. That's because there's a change in temperature from the inside to the outside, and that temperature also changes pressure. So when air pressure changes, it's not much. It's a very, very small amount. But when you open that lid, it literally is sucking air into the drum. And when you close the lid, it's got to go back down, and it's going to shove all that air out. Think about like a billows or a piston in a air compressor or a motor or anything like that. As it goes up, it's displacing. As it comes back down, it's drawing more in. This is the opposite. As the lid opens, it's sucking in. As the lid closes, it's pushing air out. Now, in a normal drum smoker, you're going to get a giant spike in temperature after you do that fanning action of the lid. What happens is that air blows on the charcoal basket or sucks through the charcoal basket in a higher volume than when the lid is shut and you're cooking under normal circumstances. So what this baffle system does in the Super 55 is it actually makes the air go outside of the heat shield instead of through the inside of the heat shield where it fans past the charcoal basket. Because of that, you can open the lid on your drum smoker and you can cook. Let's say you're cooking at 300 degrees. You open the lid on your drum smoker and that thing is running at 300 degrees. When you open the lid for 5 minutes and you close it on this cooker, it will still be at 300 degrees. It will not climb. I've never seen one climb. The Draft Master was the closest thing I had to that out of all the different drum smoker stuff I've designed over the years. So with this system, the way it works, the charcoal basket's inside of this heat shield. Then this baffle plate sits over the top of it. Now the heat shield, the baffle plate is a bigger diameter than this charcoal basket. So it blocks off the area around the outside of the charcoal of the heat shield and the baffle plate, all except for about 1/4 of an inch. Got a yellow jacket horn in on me, but it only has like 1/4 of an inch reveal all the way around this baffle plate between the edge of it and the barrel. And so it's an easier path when you close the lid. It's easier for the air to go down and push around the outside of this baffle plate than it is for the air to go down through these tabs and go down into that hot air zone. So what happens is when you lift the lid, it's going to suck air in through the intake, and it's harder for it to go down and go into those holes on the side. So it's going to suck air out around this baffle plate. So what we've done there essentially is we've eliminated fanning the charcoal basket. This is almost like a check valve the way that this is designed. So open the lid, the air goes around the heat shield. Close the lid, air goes around the outside of the heat shield. We never changed anything about the inside of this heat shield where the charcoal basket is. Close the lid, everything's back to normal. Charcoal basket didn't stop drawing air. It's still taking what it needs. So when you close the lid, it stays at temperature. So anyway, that's kind of a real brief run through on this. The next video, I'm going to show you how to light this thing. There's also other videos about how to light it on my channel. And we're going to cook something, probably some skirt steaks or something. So stay tuned.